Hello all, and welcome to Mrs. Osmar's Moodle site. I'd like to thank you for getting here. Obviously, if you are here and you've accessed this screencast, you have figured out to log on to Moodle, so congratulations for that. Today I'd like to talk about 4 features on Moodle that you will need to know how to use so that you can access the information. Those features are docking the blocks, overviewing the content of your course, using the calendar, and using the blogging feature on Moodle. First of all, I want you to notice that on the left-hand side and on the right-hand side of your Moodle screen, there are lots of boxes that are called things like navigation, settings, search forms, latest news. Those are all important things, but you may not be using them on a daily basis. So what you can do with those is to dock those blocks. Notice where my mouse is right now, up here on the top of navigation. There's a little negative sign and then a small box and a larger box. If I take that larger box and click on it, navigation will disappear and it will be off, kind of docked off to the left-hand side on the bar. Same with settings. Let me dock that. Now notice that my setting and my navigation is still on the screen, but it's up here off to the side, and it makes my screen for Moodle much larger and much easier to read. You can put those blocks back anytime you want simply by going to, for instance, Settings, clicking on the box, and it will magically appear back on the left. That is called docking the blocks, and each one of you can decide what you want your screen to look like. If you want all of the blocks to appear every time that you open it, that's all right. Or you can put them away till you need them at a later date. Let me explain how the Moodle is set up. It has large blocks of text. For instance, this is right here the beginning of the Moodle blog. It says 7th grade language arts. Here is our unit on text modes and genre review. Here is our unit on independent reading programs. Let's look at that since we've already talked about that in class. On this particular, in this particular box, you can see that it explains all of the ways that you can report your independent reading. It also has the book blurt directions. If I were to click on that, they would come up in our screen, and you can see those there. It has the book blurt score sheet so that you can look and see what it is you have to do to get a particular grade. Your quarterly reading record, that's the IRP that you have to hand me each term, showing me what books that you've read. Also, that handout that we used in class, the independent reading expectation, that is listed here. If you were to lose that, you could go ahead and upload it again and get another copy. And your book chat preparation form. Those of you who want to actually speak in front of the class, this will tell you exactly what you need to do that. Another feature I want you to be aware of is that on the right-hand side of the screen, you will see a box that's called Upcoming Events. In the box right now, it says Introduction to Moodle on Tuesday, the 13th of September. This is the spot where I will, for instance, schedule your book chats for your class so that whenever you go to Moodle, you can look there to see if your name has come up and whether or not you're scheduled for those book chats. All important events here, things that are due, maybe tests and quizzes, will be listed in this box. So it's a good idea when you open this up to just take a peek there and see if there's anything coming up. Finally, I want to let you know how to use our blogging feature. At the very top of the page, in the very first block, you will see something called the Bloginator right here. That is my tipping my hat to Dr. Doofenshmirtz and his Bloginator. When you click on that, you will be able to see that I have divided all of the blogs into the hours. For instance, if you're in 7th hour, you would click on the 7th hour book blurts, 4th hour, the 4th hour book blurts, and this is where you will actually load your book blurt once you're ready to share it with me and with the class. Over on the right hand side of the screen, you will see these words: edit, delete, and reply. You will reply. Once you hit reply, this is the screen that you will see. What you're going to want to do is, in this box right here, you'll load your book blurt. Hopefully you've put that or composed that in another spot, maybe on Google Docs or Writer, something like that. Copy it, paste it in here, and then scroll down to the bottom where it says Post to Forum and click that button. Here's an example of a blog I was using to test this Bloginator. You'll see that my name comes up on it, the time that I wrote that, and the date that I wrote that. This gives me an opportunity to timestamp whatever you put on the Bloginator to make sure that it's put in here on time. And you can read what your fellow students have said, you can read what I said, and this is where I will go when I need to evaluate your book blurt. So this is where you will put it. So we have learned to dock your blocks. We've also learned to take a look at the content on the Moodle site. You've learned to look at the calendar to see what's upcoming and important, and you've also learned to use the blogging feature, which I call the Bloginator, to submit your book blurts. It would probably be a good idea for you to practice these 4 features because you'll be using them throughout the year. If you have any problems, make sure and stop in and see me, say something in class. If you're having problems with it, it could very well be that other people are too. Thanks, and good luck with the Moodle site.